It is. It's the last one. Yeah, yeah. Unless someone's telling you something I don't know. But no. It's the last one. My God, I mean that's a very long answer. I don't have time to answer it. Immeasurably, it changed my career. Immeasurably. I mean, I can't tell you. It made my life and everything to do with my work something else overnight.
He's pretty nasty. He's very malicious, but you know he doesn't see what he's doing as that evil, and I think that's something that's powerful. Is when you're that convicted and you don't see it as being negative, but what you're doing is being quite positive, and I think that's what creates so much of the conflict between the two characters. Yeah, it was a lot of pressure. I mean, one, getting the Oscar was extraordinary, and then to follow it up with this was, you know, just another truly special moment. And it's kind of this thing that you only dream about as an actor, and for a moment you think, well, I feel young, but I could possibly retire after those two things, because they're just such monumental events as an actor. I mean, I think at times you just dream of getting a job, and to have this happen within 2 years is more than I could ever ask for. Well, I remember, you know, I thought I had prepared well enough to hold my own with Daniel, but when he comes out for the first time, you know, with the weapons and the way he holds the weapons and just the, you know, the power and you know that you walk on stage with as Bond, you believe that there is an MI6 operative right in front of you, and so you can't help but you know, have that moment of feeling, you know, charmed to be watching all of this. I remember thinking when I got home that I got to see, you know, the stage version of Bond because I had the, you know, front row seat to him coming out. But I remember having trouble getting my first lines out because of how intimidating he was.
Was it you felt intimidation?
Yes, of course. I mean, I would probably go so far as to think that if you put any actor or any human being in front of this man after doing this role all these years, they would be very intimidated as well. Hopefully I got over that.
I didn't notice.
You didn't?
No, not at all. He was fabulous.
Well, then I was acting up a storm.
There you are. It convinced me. I mean, you know, Ram is like a serious professional, and just so, you know, he's doing his stuff, and I have to leave him alone because he's, you know, he's concentrating, and I, you know, I knew he'd do something very special with the role, but I couldn't have imagined it would be as wonderful as it was what he did, because he invested in it and he inhabited it, and he's very, for that reason, very easy to work with, because he just becomes what he's acting. So I just had if I was there, then you were with me there, because I was like, you know.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, really. Look, I'm older now. Everything's a bit harder than it was before. But I have a, you know, we were just a bit clever about it, and you know, you know, I started off these movies doing them with a huge amount of action, and we had to have the same in this movie. So we planned things incredibly carefully, and luckily we worked with the best people in the business, and they've created some amazing set pieces and allowed me to sort of, you know, I've got wonderful doubles who do things for me and make me look really, really good. About a year's worth, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Well, we were talking. I remember being on set asking you how long, you know, it used to take to train, and I don't know if you mind me sharing this.
No, go on.
Well, you know, you said the first time you started out, it would be, you know, few months, right? 3 months?
3 months, maybe.
And then now it's taken a little bit more time.
Yes, but I mean, it took about a good 6 months to get into really good shape. And just, I'm older; it takes longer than it used to when I was so you know. But it's worth it for the film.
But you still look the same.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite difficult because it's a long lineage of such great villains and remarkable actors. So at one point you think, how am I just going to live up to that? And then,
and to be straight, that we were creating the role as we kind of went along. I mean, it was being written. It was as a lot of the script was being written as we were going along, and so Rami was being incredibly open to and responsive to what we were giving him.
Yeah.
I mean, we sat down and figured it out.
We did figure it out. Yeah. I had an idea of what I was doing, but it wasn't, quite as. It wasn't whole. It was all being put together, and we'd have ideas and sit down and talk about them, and so. Every night I would just go back and try to take all the information I had and assemble it into some idea of who this person was, and just kept adding day in and day out as we kept learning. So it was very challenging in that respect. I thought I would come in and have this character figured out, right before I started, but it was one of those where you keep learning as the days progressed, and fortunately it was. Alongside Daniel and Carrie, and of course our producers, Barbara and Michael, who have done this all their lives. So you felt like it was always going to work out, which it did.
Ultimately, it's a movie about love. So there you go. That's about it.
James? Fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy. How did that happen?
Well, you live long enough.
Harder to tell the good from bad, villains from heroes these days.
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy. Now they're just floating in the ether.
She still loves you. Did you know that?
What is it?
You don't know what this is. Is she one of them?
I don't know her at all.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
James Bond. We both eradicate people to make the world a better place. I just want to be a little tidier.
I met your new 00. She's a disarming young woman.
You ever flown one of these things before?
Nope.
Come on, Bond. Where the hell are you?
If we don't do this, there will be nothing left to save. When you're ready.
You're late.
Can I just have one nice evening, please, before the world explodes?